The intercontinental mental missile. The book of the rock, chapter 21 and verse 1.
But those things which God before had shewed by the mouth of all his
Why do we live in these conditions? Because these are not good conditions.
That's idolatry because we are a rebellious people.
So you ever ask, like, why do we get persecuted? How come we get defied? But our people are so destroyed, they actually think that this is normal. This is not normal. You know, it's not normal to be out here with trash all over the place. You got bullet holes at the bus stop. You got people passed out, either drunk or on drugs. This is not normal. This is a bad condition. So why do we live like this? The brother's going to show you. Just give him a few minutes. Show him why we curse, so he can understand the importance of knowing who you are, and more importantly, what we can do to lift these curses, because that's what he's teaching.
What you gonna do in the kingdom?
How you doing? What's going on?
Come up out of her, my people.
And you got brother up the street. These type of things. You got to come up against that.
I'm just trying to reach the masses. Babbling out words and when it do it, turn to ashes. Flames of fire in the sky. Paint a mansion. And when the king returns, he swing a sword and slay the dragon.
Right, we got to keep the commandments. Right. You got to know the commandments.
Real quick, let's go back to what you said at the beginning. You said you don't believe in the Bible because of the things you've heard, right? Hold on, what was that? Right, no. It's not, bro, here's the thing. It's not a debate. We just going back and forth. Like, I'm going to give you an example of probably what you heard in the Christian church. If I ask you, how many animals did Noah lead up on the ark? They said he did it what by what? 2 by 2, right? Let's go. Give me that in Genesis 7. So I'm going to give you an example of a Jewish fable. Watch this. Genesis 7 and 2.
Genesis 7 verse 2. Of every clean beast thou shalt take unto thee by sevens.
Hold on, what?
By sevens.
So start at verse 1 so we know what the topic is.
Genesis 7 verse 1. And the Lord said unto Noah, Come thou and all thy house unto the ark. For thee have I seen righteous before me in this generation. Of every clean beast thou shalt take to thee by sevens.
So when you look at any biblical story and they talk about Noah's ark, they got him going up by 2s. But the scriptures say every clean beast he brought up by 7s. Watch this though.
Bring it up. The male and his female, and the beasts that are not clean.
So now we talking about the unclean beast. And here's another thing. How would Noah know the difference between the clean animals and the unclean animals? Because the law of the clean and unclean beasts was back then, even before Moses introduced them. That's one of another mysteries of the Bible. They say Moses introduced the law. That right there is already destroyed, because how would Noah had distinguished the pig from the chicken? So you understand. So read that again.
And of the beasts that are not clean by 2.
By what?
By 2.
So the Christian church tell you he led their animals up 2 by 2. That's the unclean beast.
That's right.
You see the spirit behind that, where they putting the emphasis on the unclean or the unlawful beast. Why didn't they tell you that he led them up by 7? Read the verse again.
Verse 2. Of every clean beast thou shalt take to thee by sevens.
Naturally, when you read something first, that would be the emphasis that you should put on it. So that's just an example of, go back to Titus 1 and 14.
Bring it up.
That's an example why you don't believe in that's why we out here to teach this word. Because what you've heard about the Bible's been fairy tales and fables.
That's right.
And we understand why many of our people out here despise the Bible, because what they assume about the Bible is just fairy tales. Read that again.
Titus 1 verse 14. Not giving heed to Jewish fables.
So a Jewish fable, the suffix ish means pertaining to. So one of the fables that pertain to the Bible is that Noah led the beast on the ark 2 by 2. No, that was the unclean beast. He led the clean beast 7 by 7. Read.
And commandments of men.
And what?
Commandments of men.
One of the commandments of men is Christmas. We're going to get another Jewish fable. Read.
That turn from the truth.
That turn you from the truth of the Bible. Let's deal with Christmas. Another Jewish fable. This is why you don't believe the Bible, because everything you've been taught about the Bible has been a lie.
That's right. Jeremiah 10 verse 2. Thus saith the Lord.
What?
Thus saith the Lord.
So thus saith the Lord. Not a commandment of men, a Jewish fable. Read.
Learn not the way of the heathen. Learn not the way of the heathen. And be not dismayed at the signs of heaven.
Right, so the topic is Christmas. Read.
For the heathen are dismayed at them.
So the other nations they were given the sun, moon, and stars to worship. Read.
For the customs of the people are vain. For one cutteth a tree out of the forest.
For one does what?
Cutteth a tree out of the forest.
So this particular custom, a tree is cut out of the forest. Read.
The work of the hands of the workmen with the axe. They deck it with silver and with gold. They fasten it with nails and with hammers, that it move not.
So they cut the tree out the forest. They decorate it with silver and with gold, and they fasten it still in a tree stand. What do we call that custom today? That is known as Christmas. Did you hear that, brother? Like if I was to ask you, what is the custom? If somebody, when the custom here, that when one cuts a tree out of the forest, they take it to their house, they decorate it with silver and with gold, and they put it in a tree stand. What do we call that custom today in English? Yeah, we call it there. It's known as Christmas. Go back to verse 2.
Verse 2. Thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen.
Because it's a commandment. It's a Jewish fable. Those are just fairy tales that pertain to the Bible but have nothing to do with the scriptures. Now we're going to get the ultimate fairy tale. Give me Revelations 1. Because, you know, they got all these things out here talking about identity theft, protect your identity, blah, 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 blah. But we're going to look at the biggest identity thief in the history of the world. Read that.
Revelation 1 verse 1. The revelation of Jesus Christ.
The word revelation means to be revealed. Why did Christ have to be revealed? Go to Matthew 24. Hold that, but go to Matthew chapter 24. You know what I want.
Matthew 24 verse 4. And Jesus answered and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you.
So Christ gave a warning. Take heed that no man deceive or trick you or hit you with a fable or a fairy tale, so you understand. Read.
For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Christ, and shall deceive many.
And shall what?
Deceive many.
That's what we read in Titus 1 and 14 about fables that turn people from the truth. So let's go back to the ultimate fable. Go back to Revelation.
Revelation 1 verse 1. The revelation of Jesus Christ.
So Christ had to be revealed. Why did Christ have to be revealed? Because he gave the warning that many are going to come in his name and deceive many. So in order for you to know what the fake Christ is, you got to know what? You said what? You got to know what the real Christ looked like. Like how can you tell, how can there be a fake Gucci bag if there was no Gucci bag? You understand what I'm saying? You can't bootleg something that doesn't exist. So now we're going to deal with the knockoff Christ, so you understand. Read that.
Verse 14. His head and his hairs were white like wool.
So this is the first two descriptions. The description, the revealing of Christ, he got white woolly hair. As we look at these signs, which one of these images, hold on, turn it toward the brother, because you turn that other one toward the brother. Let's get the prisoner, turn him. Which one of these signs got white woolly hair? The description. Right, so, no, out of these two right here, which of Christ, which one of these has white woolly hair out of the description? No. Yeah, but I'm just saying though, look at this. This is what, when you look at that, people know this, the world knows this guy is who. Right. So now, that's already 2 strikes right off the break. Read it again.
His head and his hairs were white like wool.
Right, so you already looking at the knockoff version of Christ. Read.
As white as snow.
So he had a white hair in his head and a white beard, and it was woolly. What people on the planet Earth got woolly textured hair? There you go. So that right there, I said, look, take heed that no man deceive you. Many shall come in my name saying I am Christ. This image has the whole world deceived.
That's right.
Read.
As white as snow, and his eyes were as a flame of fire.
Christ's eyes was red with wine. Get that in Genesis. You look at this guy's got blue eyes. Let's see the prophecy of Christ. So we talking about the bootleg version, and we talking about identity theft. What's the companies that protect your identity? Safeguard or something like that? Something? Right, that's what we out here to do. We out here, we protecting the identity of the true children of Israel.
That's right.
That's what we out here doing.
That's right.
Read that. Then we already got a fraud alert is going out right now, so you understand. Read.
Genesis 49 verse 12. His eyes shall be red with wine, and his teeth white with milk.
Christ's teeth was white with milk, meaning the laws of God. Christ lived a perfect and upright life. Now go back to Revelation. Let's finish that out.
Revelation 1 verse 15. And his feet like unto fine brass, as if they burned in a furnace.
So if you take brass, it's a derivative of brown. And if you take anything, if I take white rice, brother, and burn it in a furnace, what color is it going to be? It's going to be black. Like if you got burnt toast, if you burn some white bread, what color does it turn? That is very simple. Read.
And his voice as the sound of many waters.
Right, that's why we come out here and talk loud. Because Christ, when you look at our people, don't we talk loud when you got a group of brothers? That's just naturally in our spirit. Christ had a very loud voice, so you understand. So now, think about it like this. The description that we read of Christ, a dark-skinned man with a white woolly hair and a white beard, and his eyes was red. And say that was the description of your actual brother, and he went missing, and you went down to the police station and gave them that description, and the police detective sketch artist came out with this. How are they going to locate your brother when they put this image on a milk cart? You see what's going on here? That's part of the reason why we walk around and don't know who the hell we are, because we don't even know what the people of the book look like.
We used to scream black power while heroin was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission. Minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold, from Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.